The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Alongside Carson-Newman coach Tom Griffin, I'm Michael Watching for the Eagles Sports Network as the Eagles extend their winning streak to 5 games with a 7-6 win over Limestone. And coach, we were just talking about it, some big hits from your team. Cade snapped 3 for 4 RBIs. Ryan Addington, the table setter that you expect him to be with 4 hits today. The guys at the plate today seem to step up to every situation, and the pitchers, they left, I think, 12 guys on base in this game, limited their opportunities as well. What did you think of your team's intestinal fortitude to win this game?
Fantastic. That was a good club. As we were talking about offensively, it's really strong. They've been playing well. I think Chris and his staff do a great job having their guys prepared. We always have competitive games with them, so I enjoy competing against them. But the 2-out hits, I mean, that's big as a hitter. They're the things that win games, and they don't always have to be, hard hit balls, because a couple of them, a little off the end of the bats, and just got to find some area and some room because runners are moving, and you can create some innings that way. And so I like the way our guys responded. I like the way our pitchers responded into some big situations, especially Perez. We had to extend him at the end, probably a little bit longer than we wanted to, but he responded very well. The guys who came in relief, getting some of the big outs that they got, did exactly what we were hoping they would do.
It's 5 consecutive wins now, and 2 of those have been one-run wins in the midweek. Belmont Abbey last week, and now this Limestone one. Games that potentially earlier in the year you would have given away. What do you like about the way that your team is playing right now, that they've been able to come across and get some of these big wins?
I think it's a measure of the experience, because this group has been through a lot of games. They've participated and played in a lot of baseball games and have seen leads get lost late, and they've had a chance to win games late. So they've experienced it all. So I don't think it's a big deal that it's a close game, because of the experience and the amount of games these guys have played. And again, I think it goes back to not just on the field, but it's also in the dugout, where guys are staying energized and staying involved, because you can find some dugouts that are completely out of it, waiting for the game to get over, getting ready to move on to the next thing of the day. But Bench does a good job of everyone being involved. Everyone plays a part in this thing. We always think of the guys that are between the lines, but it's the guys out here that have to support them. It's the guys that are running a scoreboard. It's the guys that are running the concession stand. We tell them they all got important jobs because they're a reflection of our program, which in fact reflects our university. So everything we do, we want to make sure that we're going to be our best, make sure we do what's right, and then treat others the way we want to be treated. I just gave you our 3 standards right there.
Yes, you did. As much positivity as there is, one thing you still got to bust out of: an 8-game road losing streak. You get shorter on the road tomorrow. Mm-hmm. What needs to change from your group's mindset from the past 8 losses on the road to get a win tomorrow?
Probably forget what you just said, so that we don't think about that. But honestly, just come out and stay in our routine and do what we do. We're playing well, and it's a road trip, but again, we're competing against the baseball. Now, I have thought about, do we do something different as far as the trip goes, because some coaches and players are superstitious, and that's what baseball brings. So there might be some things we have to change up a little bit just to see if that's the bad karma and the mojo we need to break. But like where our guys are, we're using a lot of arms. We're getting guys in the game now. So as a pitching staff, they got to feel like, okay, we know when we're pitching, because Coach Bounds has it scripted. And by the way, he did a great job today, because late in the game, he made some calls there for Perez that I think were crucial for him to get out of the inning. And then a little positioning that he suggested. Mark had a big factor late in that game, and that goes for all our coaches. We're fortunate to have the people we have. I'm very lucky to have the staff. They do a phenomenal job.
Coach, thanks for the time. Best luck tomorrow.
You guys do a phenomenal job as well. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you so much. He's Carson-Newman coach Tom Griffin. I'm Michael Watching for the Eagles Sports Network.